All right, cool. Thanks, Zach, for being here with me today. Zach's been made some awesome progress. I think it's been about, has it been like 6 to 8 weeks or so?
I think we've officially done 6 weeks now.
6 weeks, yeah. So that's even more crazy because he's really made some really big changes here. And I just wanted him to, he wanted to hop on here too. I appreciate it just to kind of share, kind of where he was and where he is now and what's really helped, with us working together. So thanks again for being here, Zach. And yeah, if you don't mind, you can share a little bit about yourself and kind of maybe what you're struggling with in terms of, what's helped. That would be awesome.
Sure. So, before I started working with you, I've been wanting to lose weight for a while. I just finished up college last year, so I ate like crap in college. I didn't
Yeah.
take great care of myself, as a lot of people do. I wasn't obese, but I was a little overweight, and I just wasn't happy with where my health was. I didn't feel good about myself, and I had been in the past. I'd been where I wanted to be, so I like know how that feels, and I'm like, I really
Mm.
miss feeling healthy. And not just from like a weight perspective, but just in terms of my diet and my habits. I missed being healthy, and I knew I really wanted to lose weight. And for a couple of months before working with you, I was trying to do it on my own.
Mm.
And frankly, I made some very tiny gains, but it just felt like I would have a good habit for a few days, and then I would feel good about it, and I'd fall off the tracks when the weekend came or something, or just on and off, on and off. You use the
Yeah.
term yo-yo dieting. I
Yeah.
think that's a good way to describe it. And I had no structure. I would just, hey, maybe I'll just skip breakfast here and there, and I'll just have a light meal here and there. But I didn't really have a strategy or structure to what my end goal was, which was to lose weight and feel better about myself and
Yeah.
develop some healthier habits. And after a few months of floundering like that, I just got so frustrated. I feel like I didn't have a blueprint to get where
Mm.
I wanted to be. And when you reached out and offered a 2-week free trial to work with me, I was like, you know what? Let's give this a shot, because I've been trying this my way for a while now, and I'm not getting the results I wanted to. Those first 2 weeks were huge for me working with you. Like it wasn't easy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
It requires a lot of big changes. For example, I was eating out all the time, and then I went from eating out all the time to, oh, well, now I've got to make all my meals, and I've got to eat breakfast every morning. I've got to wake up a little earlier to allow time to make a breakfast instead of just skipping breakfast and calling it intermittent fasting or
Yeah.
whatever. Honestly, I don't condone. Some people will preach about intermittent fasting all day, but for me, I just ended up feeling hangry and
Yeah.
having no energy half the time. And I was just
Yep.
like, man, this doesn't really feel like it's worth it. Worth it. I don't know.
I think on that
Um,
point, I saw the funniest meme. It was like millennials. What did they say? They skip breakfast and they call it intermittent fasting or something. There was
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
It's a really popular thing in my generation, and after doing it myself, I'm just like, can't recommend this.
Yeah.
It's just made me miserable, honestly. And I was never consistent about it.
Yeah.
So it did require some, changes on my part. And that was hard at first. I worked full time. I'm a financial advisor. And I'm one of those few people that still has a structure of actually going to an office and like a kind of traditional 9 to 5 thing. And once I do that, that's pretty draining. And sometimes,
Mm.
I struggle to go above and beyond just working in a day, like to come home and be like, all right, I need to meal prep, I need to work out. So that was, the hardest part, just beginning those healthy habits that take time but are so worth it. So the biggest thing was just starting to make breakfast every morning as
Yep.
opposed to just skipping it, and actually having like healthy meals and getting accustomed to eating the same thing every day. That was another thing too.
Yeah.
What I've learned is that like you can still have some fun when you're, in terms of what you eat. Like, for example, the diet you had me on at first and you've got it a part of my plan now, one of the things is ice cream on it. And I'm like, hey, if I should pick the right kind, I can eat ice cream and popcorn every day and I'm still
Yeah.
losing weight. Like that's pretty flipping cool, right? You picture losing weight and you just think, oh, just a bunch of healthy stuff and there's no flavor or anything like that. But no, I've just learned you can have some fun, you can have some wiggle room, in getting in the habit of making all my meals and meal prepping. I've really learned, honestly, like something I didn't even think about when I was starting this. I've learned a lot about cooking and baking, and
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
how to season my food. Like for example, one of my biggest challenges from the diet side was getting used to, for the first month I did with you after the 2-week trial, I had egg whites, a cup of egg whites
Oh
every
yeah.
morning. And at first I was just like, this, I feel great after I eat this, but this is just kind of disgusting.
Yep.
And I started looking it up and I was like, what do people do to like make this good? And it's like, add a little pepper, add a little sriracha. And like, so like you can really spruce things up while not adding a lot to the macros and calories,
Yep.
and like make really healthy food taste really good too, which I think a lot of people don't realize you can have both. That's, on the diet side, that was a big adjustment, but I feel like I finally gotten a place where I kind of memorized a lot of my go-to recipes, and
Yep.
it's just like clockwork. And then I bought like a set of glass containers, and I can just like prep out my lunches for the next 3 or 4 days. And honestly, once that work up front's done, it's so easy. You just pop some food in the microwave and there you go. So it's really a worthy trade-off of time, even if it is an adjustment. Yeah. On the exercise side, that was certainly an adjustment too. I was talking about the whole finding energy above and beyond like a full-time job. And like, I have never in my life been able to achieve a consistent workout habit. Like I'll go to the gym for a week and then I'll just totally fall off the bandwagon, or I'll be on a good habit for a couple of weeks, going on a walk every day, just completely fell off. And I think just looking back, it was because I didn't have any structure or plan. And it's like working with you, it's like I can look on the fitness app, I can say, okay, these are the exercises I'm doing today. They're targeting these muscles. I need to do these many reps. And just having a blueprint has really changed the game for me. In my almost 24 years on the planet, for the first time in my life, I've got a consistent workout habit. And that's awesome, and I feel like I'm finally getting accustomed to like, coming home from a long day of work and I just work out and then I'm free, and just like doing it as soon as I get home from work or when I can manage it in the mornings, just knocking it out. That's been super powerful and something completely new for me, but the results came quickly, and I was really pleased with that.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. I think usually I was going to ask you like, what's been the most important thing, but I mean, you kind of layered it all in there. Like it's so many different things that you kind of got to work on. But big pieces that you can learn as you go, cooking, nutrition stuff that maybe you never really knew as you go, that you can use for the rest of your life, which is really cool.
Another important thing I've learned is, I haven't been perfect with my diet. I here and there. I mean, week before last, I got some Hardee's one day or something. Yeah. That was the first time I truly fell off like that. But what I've come to learn is planning. That's the most important part of having fun with what you eat. You're like, and that's a big thing I've learned from you, which is like, okay, I know this Friday, I'm probably going to get together with my friend. We're probably going to have some drinks, So I'm like, so how do I plan for that? Well, maybe just cut out a snack here, a snack there. And then over the course of the week, if something's coming up, you want to eat or drink something special, as long as you have that in mind ahead of time and you just cut out a little thing here, a little thing there, you basically kind of save up your delta to have some fun and not feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
So that's been a big thing too. I want to emphasize to anyone watching this, I still drink alcohol even, on a regular basis, and I'm losing weight. I drink 2 or 3 times a week and I just plan for it with my snacks and I'm still losing weight and getting great results. I didn't have to give that up. You just got to plan for it. I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like I was saying before, you can still have fun with what you eat and drink. You just got to plan for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, cool. Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, man. It's never about being perfect or anything like that. It's just about, planning a little bit with all that stuff. And then Zach's put in the work too, for anyone who, it's not going to just magically happen.
Nope. Anything working with you has taught me is all those years, there is no shortcut to reaching your health and fitness goals. There is no shortcut. It's just hard work, developing good new habits and sticking to them. Yeah. And most importantly, having a blueprint and having something you can, directly follow. And I think that was the biggest game changer for me compared to when I tried them on my own in the past. I just never had a set out plan. Now that I do, I feel so much more empowered to actually get where I want to be. I'm almost there, I pretty much 12 more pounds once I'm down and I'm where I want to be. And then it's just a matter of keeping up those good habits and maintaining where I'm at.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, just expand. I just wanted to ask like where you were results wise, and then where you are now. If you could talk about that just a little bit.
About a year ago right now, I was 28 pounds heavier than I am now. And a little bit of that, I lost about 10 pounds on my own successfully before I came and worked with you. It was just inconsistent though, like I was saying. So I lost about 10 pounds on my own, but I just kind of hit a wall. I couldn't, I just kept like, okay, I'd lose a couple pounds and gain back, lose a couple pounds, gain back. I just hit this wall after I lost those first 10 pounds. But then I started working with you. And in these 6 weeks, keep bearing in mind everything I've said, I've lost over 15 pounds in 6 weeks. And I didn't starve myself, I didn't follow some fad diet. I never knew you could lose weight that quickly and do it in a way that's healthy where you still have energy on a day-to-day basis and you don't feel like you're depriving yourself of something. And not only that, but like I've lost like 2.5 inches around my waist. I think I've lost a few inches around my chest. All my clothes fit better. I had a lot of clothes that were tight before I started this, and now they feel great. And that's just such a good feeling, to like have your clothes really be comfortable, And I just had to order some new pants because I went down a size, and I'm like, that's such a great feeling.
That's awesome, man. Well, cool. Thanks for sharing all this. I mean, yeah, I got nothing else. You got anything else you want to add, or?
If you're thinking about working with Dr. Bruno, stop thinking and just do it.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it so much. And I do want to reiterate, you got to put in the work, guys. The blueprint's there. And that's why Zach has had these amazing results, is he's dumped all the excuses. He's dumped all that stuff. He's put in the work, learned along the way. And now, hopefully he's got some knowledge and skills that he can use forever, to keep maintaining. So I love it, man. Thanks so much for hopping on here. And I hope, if anyone's out there struggling, I hope this can help you out. Maybe take that next step.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man.
Cool.